Shalom, shalom, shalom. Like that to the hopeful elect of Israel. First off, I'm going to start off and give all honors and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth and who ruled well. Peace and safety and salutations out there to you sincere and you hopefully elect scattered abroad across the four winds of this earth. All right, I'm your fellow servant, Mala Akia, coming in with another lesson today. All right, this lesson is going to be going into, the draconian measures, are here, okay, and they are increasing. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the different measures, of what Esau Edom is bringing in today, dated August 25th. Today's Monday. I was watching live that the Trump administration, how they signed certain executive orders, okay, into place. Okay, so this is a way that this devil's getting ready to start to bring in a little bit more of these different draconian measures, man. We seeing how he's bringing in, these troops into these different cities, soon to be in the states. And hey, man, it's only going to increase from now, man. You know, you can see, Esau, he's got his foot on the pedal, and he's doing anything by any means, man, necessary, to bring in, this NWO, Trump, he is that fierce lord, that fierce king, that is going to bring in, he's going to bring in the end. You know, we don't see it's going to be anyone else other than him, okay. And so let's go ahead and jump into it. So I'm on the whitehouse.gov. This is the video that I seen earlier. I believe it's still live. Let me see. I'm not. Let me see. Okay, nah, they just cut it off. Okay, so this is from the White House. I'm subscribed to them. So whenever I see anything concerning with different executive orders, different things of what he's trying to push, different announcements, this usually pops up. I would advise brothers to subscribe to it and to actually to stay upon your watch, because a lot of different things are being signed, okay, and you want to be on point and watching it, okay, because that's what we do. We are the watchmen, okay. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has called us into this truth, okay, to be, the watchmen, to watch over the flock, okay, and to get them to be prepared, to get them to be prepared for the times that we are entering in, okay. It's going to be some serious times, man. So here it is, titled from the White House. It says, President Trump signs executive orders August 25th, 2025. This is probably like within, an hour ago. So I'm on the whitehouse.gov, and they already have them up. Not finna go too much into it, but I'm just going to read it. So this is the executive orders. It says, taking steps to end cashless bail to protect Americans. Okay, this is going to be a bill. This is going to be an executive order that is signed today, that you get into a position of a crime, you being charged. There will be no more cashless bail. There's no you getting out of jail. Okay, you getting out of jail thinking that you're gonna get out the next day or in a couple of hours. No, they getting ready to put an end to that. I believe it's starting out there into DC. So the next one, it says measures to end cashless bail and enforce the law in the District of Columbia. Okay, because now they have the troops there. Okay, and also they have it to where, since you cannot get out of the, hold on, Salah, let me get this up right quick. All right, it's a lock it. All right. They have it to where, okay, they can charge you federally based off whatever crime it is deemed necessary within the District of Columbia. Okay, so they're getting ready to start. Hey, this devil getting ready to show his horns, man. Okay, because these little offenses is going to get to the point to where if you get caught in the hands of them, they're going to charge you federally, and once you get in charged federally, there is no getting out. There will be no cashless bond. You're going to sit in there in that federal custody or federal prison, okay, until your trial. Okay, and the scriptures talk about that. Okay, let me get that, and let's get this right here. I'm gonna come back to this. Oh shit, same thing. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried." It says, "And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." Okay, so don't fear none of the things of what's going to happen to you when you get put, okay, into these prisons, these different custodies, okay, of whatever Esau has in place. All right, because it's only going to get more draconian from now. Okay, so don't be afraid. Don't fear any of the different things of what's getting ready to happen. Okay, it says, "And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death." Okay, so it's going to be for an allotted amount of time that you're going to be in there. Okay, it could be 1 day, it could be 2 days, 10 days, shit, 30. Hey, it's going to be the complete amount of number of days of however the Lord deems it fit. Okay, because that's the time of your trial. Okay, and as this devil is pushing in these different executive orders, it's only going to increase. Okay, they're going to start slapping large sentences on people. Okay, to bring in much fear. Okay, so going back into this whitehouse.gov, whitehouse.gov, now going back into the measures to end the cashless bill and enforce the law in the District of Columbia. Okay, I believe that was only for the District of Columbia, but they're trying to get it to all states. And we see that's where it's going. Okay, so you get charged, okay, you're going to be charged federally. So the next one is the prosecuting the burning of the American flag. And then you have the other one, additional measures to address the crime emergency in the District of Columbia. And as you go into it, you'll read it. But going back into the prosecuting the burning of the American flag, minimum 1 year if you burn a flag. They was talking about how burning a flag, I think he said it incites. No, he says that by the burning of the flag, you would incite riots. Okay, basically insurrections. And it says if you damage any type of property within the DC area, any type of monuments, okay, it is up to, I believe he said 10 years. Let me see if it said on here. Let me see if it said on here. Because this is what they were speaking about on the live. Because I have to do like another whole separate video going into basically the breaking down of these executive orders. I just wanted to bring these out. It's not saying it. Well, I'll have to go back into the video and do probably a part 2 on it. Let me see. They didn't write it in here. They're talking about the amendment rights. Come on. Let me see if it says. Okay, I'll have to go ahead and do probably a part 2 on it and going into the video. Because within this video that you see with Trump, okay, I believe, well, yeah, JD Vance, you had that, what's the damn woman? Man, I forgot the woman name, but I believe that's one of his part of his administration, and they were bringing it all out. Okay, so showing you that what these different draconian laws, okay, it's only increasing. Okay, and these were all signed today. Okay, no more cashless bail. You will be charged federally if you get charged by any crime within the, I believe in the District of Columbia. Okay, they can hold you entirely there until the time of your trial. Okay, and they give you a prosecution based off the burning of the American flag. Okay, and they were saying other different things too as well, showing you that where we at, it's only increasing. Okay, it's only increasing. So when I typed it on Chat GPT, I said explain draconian measures. Okay, it says draconian measures. It says means extremely harsh, severe, or excessive rules, laws, or punishment. Okay, so it says today, kind of skip some of it. It says today, when people say something is draconian, they don't mean it literally comes from Draco. It says, but that it's overly strict or oppressive compared to what the situation requires. Okay, so it says examples, for those who don't know: giving life imprisonment for petty theft, imposing massive fines or jail time for small rule violations, governments restricting freedoms, speech, travel, gatherings with extremely harsh penalties. And this is what's coming. There's a time coming to where you're not going to see us on the highways and hedges anymore. Okay? It's gonna come a time to where you're not gonna see us on the internet, okay, being able to keep giving you this word. Esau Edom is getting ready to crack down on the speech, on the travel, on gatherings, okay, with strict federal laws in place and throwing you into prison. This is what's coming. Okay, I remember I did a video on it a month ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. And going into, what you signed up for. We at the tail end of this thing, and this thing is kicking into high gear. Okay, so there's a little bit. I'm gonna read a little bit more. So, yeah. So when I came down here, it says, I put another prompt. It says, yes, give me real life examples from President Trump executive orders since he came into office in 2025. Would these be considered draconian, or are they most likely to be? So it says, here are real life examples of executive orders signed by President Trump since he assumed office in 2025, along with an assessment of whether they be considered draconian, excessively harsh, or repressive. Okay, so it says selective executive orders, and these are all the different executive orders considered to be draconian. Okay, so you have the defending women and opposing gender ideology. You have ending DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion programs. K-12, radical indoctrination crackdown. Withdrawal from the World Health Organization. Defunding public broadcasting. Federal oversight of independent agencies. Now, getting to the real point, point 7. Crime emergency in Washington, D.C. So it says this was declared on August 11th, within 2 weeks. So it says Trump shifted control of the D.C. Metropolitan Police to federal oversight, deployed National Guard forces, and initiated 550 arrests, despite crime being at a multitude-decade low, according to data. So that's one, okay, that we are truly familiar of it being draconian. It says bail. It says bail and flag burning crackdown. It says August 25th, 2025, executive actions, and that's today. It says ended cashless bail policies in D.C. with penalties including withholding federal funds from jurisdictions that maintain such practices, criminalized flag burning, including revoking visas of non-citizens involved, despite Supreme Court rulings protected it as a free speech. Okay? So showing that what? These are considered to be draconian. It says, yes, many of them could reasonably be characterized as draconian. Suppression of civil liberties and free speech, heavy-handed federal control, punitive sweeping edicts, disproportionate enforcement impacts. You see? So now when I go and it says quick summary, It goes into all these, and it says Draconian. Yes, 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 yes. Let's say maybe. Yes, 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 yes. Okay? And what it does is, let me get to the point where I want. Yeah, so federal control of independent agencies says compromises administrative checks and balances. So he is over checking. I mean, he's overstepping. Okay, the checks and balances. He's basically getting to the point to where they have all three into place. I believe it's what the executive, legislative. Oh man, what's the other one? Damn, executive, legislative, and damn, I can't even think of the other one right now. But all these are in place, okay, for checks and balances, man, so that one doesn't overthrow the other one. But Trump, he's been using his executive power, okay, to overthrow all of them by using that with the legislative by bringing in these different laws as well. All right, he's militarized federal enforcement in a city with low crime. Then it says impacts the vulnerable targets protected speech. So now you can't even burn a flag now, and you're gonna get a year in prison. What do you think this is all going to hold to? We're all getting to some serious times, man. The draconian measures are here. These orders reflect authoritarian tilt where federal authority is dramatically expanded and civil freedoms are curtailed. Right, man, because this is what they're doing. This is what these devils are doing. They're taking away your freedoms for security. Let me repeat that again. They're taking over the people's freedoms for security. And this is why they're going to bring in these different draconian laws. The term draconian fits many of these policies, especially those affecting personal identity, free expression, and local autonomy. You see, you have the different what's that? The different articles, down here. So showing that what, man, these different draconian measures are here, and they're only going to increase. As you see, there is a track list of all these different executive orders this devil has been doing since he's been into office, man. Okay, and it's only going to increase. It's only going to increase. Okay. So let's jump here in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, straight to the point. Verse 11. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." Okay, and this is what this devil does. Okay, he had two horns like a lamb. Okay, you see, you have the Democratic Party, and you have the today you have the Democratic Party, and you will have the Republican Party. Okay, and he uses this to his advantage. Okay, these devils use this to their advantage because this is what they this is how they're able to govern. Okay, certain things, certain laws. Okay, and now we're at the point, okay, to where it's speaking, but it's speaking as a dragon, man. He's bringing in these different draconian laws. Okay, he's bringing in these unrighteous decrees. Okay, it's gonna get to a point to where it's gonna get so crazy that the people are not gonna have any type of freedom. It's gonna be based off fear, all right, subjection, submission, obedience. Okay, to what they're getting ready to bring in. They're showing you the new world order right before your eyes, and the people don't even see it. The people don't even see it, man, of how Esau Edom is truly moving. you know? Let me get that in the book of Isaiah. It's the book of Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. And this is a part of being grieved, all right? His grievousness, okay? His unrighteous decrees of what he's been placing out there to the public. See, the people don't see what's going on, okay? But this is why the water to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh that he has his men on the highways and hedges, okay, that's on the scene, that's watching, all right, at the tower, blowing the trumpet, giving the warning unto the people, man, to let them know that way. We are in the time, all right, of this devil to start writing many, many, many unrighteous decrees, man. Okay? He's getting ready to bring in much more decrees than what you're seeing. It's why we got to be prayed up. It's why we got to be watchful and looking at the things that are happening, man. Because, hey, the water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Hey, this devil is about to come down with them horns, man. Okay? It's about to get real serious out here. Okay? But that's just a quick lesson I want to get on. Basically going into these different draconian measures of what this devil is doing. All right? Based off the different executive orders of what he signed today. All right, just knowing that it's going to come to a time to where we can get caught up in this, and the Lord have it probably deemed that that we go into prison based off this man's decisions, his draconian laws, his unrighteous decrees. But hey, man, this is all a part of serving Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, okay? So that this devil can get pushed out of power, man. He doesn't need any more power than what he has. Okay? So, hey, man. The water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. I want to give all honors and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Badash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us truth and who rule well. Peace and safety and salutations that they're to you sincere and you hopeful elect. Scattered abroad across the four winds of this earth. All right, I'm your fellow servant, Malaakia. Shalom.